everybody. How is everybody doing? Drop it in the feed. Let me know how you're doing today. Everyone's always asking me, why do you ask that question? Well, we're so consumed with the day-to-day life that we don't even check on each other. So that's why I start the show with how you're doing. Drop in the feed. I love to hear from you. So then first and foremost, my name is Pam Stone. I want to welcome you all to Envision Me Talk Show. Now I'm always getting these questions on why and what and everything else. So here's why. The reason why Vision Me Talk Show is so important is there was women that are sitting someplace, may they be in corporate or may they be working for someone else, and they're wanting their what's next, but they don't know how to get there. Now, I'm always being asked, well, what is their what's next? It could be anything, climbing the corporate ladder or going after another job. Or may it be you want to start your own side business, or you have a side business, but you want to make it a business. It could be whatever you want it to be, but we're stuck behind the buts, what ifs, and I can't. And so here at Envision Me Talk Show, we have created this platform, this tribe, where you can come in and talk about what is your what ifs and I can'ts and buts to holding you back to going after your what's next, which is basically living your best life. So don't be shy. We have a rule here. What happens here stays here in Envision Me Talk Show. And know that you have a supporting tribe. I thought that was important as well. So, without further ado, I will be bringing on some more amazing women that are out here empowering women around the world. These young ladies are two amazing women that will be part of a Women's Day event, which is hosted by Events by Tasha. It will be this Saturday from 2 to 7. I will drop the flyer in, or if someone is following me, if you guys could drop it in on how people can connect and how they can get into seeing all these vendors. I want to know, have you watched any of the prior shows? Because you've got to see a preview of all the vendors that will be at the show this Saturday. If not, you can check out prior shows, or you can, better yet, I'm going to personally invite you to join us this Saturday at the Events by Tasha, which will be this Saturday from 2 to 7. So without further ado, let me bring on Shawnta and Miss Debbie to the stage. Hey ladies, how you doing?
Doing great, great, great.
Well, thank you for joining us. We're so excited. So, first and foremost, as I already know about your business and who you are, why don't you ladies tell who you are and what your business is? Let's start off with Miss Debbie.
Hello, 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 everyone. Um, my business name is D Lakeys. DE for Debbie, LA for Letitia, and KE for Keisha, which are my two daughters. So that is the parent name, D Lakeys. And under D Lakeys is my Fruit of the Spirit body oils and also my medicinal products.
Nice. Thank you. And Shantae, what about you?
Yes, so I have the Self Care Club, and I operate a virtual self care club. Um, with everyone being invited all around the world. I create multiple products surrounding self care because self care does look different for everyone. I try to create a variety of products just to kind of remind people to put themselves first and don't neglect the necessary care that we need to give ourselves.
I love it, lady. So, ladies, let's get in here as I talked about before I brought you on. I'm super excited about our event that we all will be there at. So finally, it seems like it's been forever. Now it's finally here. I'm like, oh my goodness, am I ready? It's so
Right.
much. So, ladies, how did you guys even get into your business?
Well, I think I'm the senior of the group because I've been in business for over 35 years. So it all started for me when I lived in California with the Fruit of the Spirit body oils when I was at the Crenshaw Christian Center, and the late Apostle Frederick K.C. Price was the pastor there. and the topic was talking about the fruit of the Spirit and how we should walk in all 9 fruit of the Spirit. And my spirit man just told me, well, if we should walk in them, we might as well wear them. And that's how I got started with making all 9 fruit of the Spirit body oils. So that's how it started for me.
I love it. And you, Shawnta?
My business was created through my own personal self-care journey. I slipped into depression, was battling some anxiety, and in the process of me testing things out to heal, help heal myself, I began sharing my story on social media, and just through talking to people and meeting I call them my soul tribe, sharing what I did. And it started with people saying, you should create that, you should make that. And so we started with kind of one product and another and another. And a year later, we've got a lot going on over here. So.
Well, I'm getting a question. One lady's just already asked me, well, what's some of your products? They're like, ooh, I need all of your products. So Shawnta, we'll go, because she's already said it to both of you. My phone is blowing up over here, so please be patient. So one lady, she's already said, okay, Pam, ask them what's some of their products. And I told her she had to come and see. But if you can drop a few nuggets of what are some of the products that you have?
So the collection that I'm going to bring this Saturday is my Mind Your Mental collection, which is the collection I recently dropped. And it's just a reminder to tell everybody to take care of your mental health, put yourself first. Mind Your Mental means, just doing things with purpose. The products that I'll have some t-shirts, tote bags. The water bottles are quite popular. Oh gosh. Oh, the coloring books. That's the newest thing. I created adult coloring books. But yeah, just a lot of products surrounding, empowering people of all ages, just kind of helping you stay uplifted throughout the day. We've got some affirmation cards. Yeah, it's a lot. We've got
She said, thank you. She said she just needed a taste of what you, because she was like, what am I going to get? And I'm like, well, I don't know what to say. So I said, I will come to the source. So what about you, Miss Debbie, as you talk about your 9 fruits of spirit?
Well, I won't be bringing the fruit of the Spirit with me on Saturday. Saturday, I'm bringing another phase of my business, which is love patient care. And this is my medicinal products. So for all of us who have pain and anxiety, depression, arthritis, insomnia, I have the medication, which are your gummies and my infused chocolate chip cookies that are going to be infused with CBD and THC. I'll have my CBD pain cream, my CBD lotion, and my CBD body wash.
Ooh.
So that's what I will be bringing with me on Saturday. So anybody that falls under any of those categories of pain, anxiety, or insomnia, I'm the person that you need to see that will help you get off of medication that you're on and go holistic, which is much better for us anyway.
Oh, absolutely. So true. So true. Okay, ladies, she said thank you. She says she's going to try to come. Real quick before we go on to the next question, let's help her out. If she can't make it to our show, how can she find each of you so she can order the products now? Shawnta?
So you can visit my website to, just kind of browse or, shop online. It is lifecoach614.myshopify.com. Perfect.
She said thank you. She's really active today. So
All right.
And Miss Debbie, how can she find you? We'll just use her because she's really she's asking a lot of questions. So Miss
Okay.
Debbie, how would she be able to get a hold of your product and your services?
For my medicinal products, the website is lovepatientcare.org.
.org. Okay, and I definitely will drop those in the feed once we get off in case someone misses it so they can get in contact with you amazing ladies because you guys are
Yes.
rocking it. So as we are talking about the services and the products that you both of you ladies are offering, which I think is so amazing. We have women around the world that are sitting someplace and they're wanting to work on their what's next so they can live their best life, but don't even know how to start. What would
Mhm.
be one piece of advice that you each would like to leave them with? Miss Debbie, what about you?
Um, if they don't know where to start, I would say start first by praying about what it is that you want. Prayer changes things. And sometimes our mind might be a little cloudy, but when we pray and ask the Lord to direct us, show us what He wants us to have, not just necessarily what we want, because He knows what's best for us. So, prayer to me is what helped me launch all the businesses that I have.
So
So, I
true.
would suggest them to pray first about what it is that you want and the direction you should go in.
And Shantae, what about you?
So I definitely agree. I mean, for me, spirituality is a form of self-care. So I
Mhm.
think that once you tap in to that and you receive, direction, um,
Mhm.
the big thing to look into is what serves you. So for
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
me, it's easy for me to talk about self-care because I care for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I spend a lot of time and I've done a lot of work doing that. And I am a testimony to the benefit of it. So,
Mhm.
find something that you're passionate about. Don't jump into something because it's trending or popular. Find something that you are absolutely passionate about that you can talk about for days. And
Right.
then do your research.
Mm-hmm. Now that's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a powerful one. Do your research because truthfully, how many women we'll say women, how many women just jump and
Right.
don't know what they're jumping into,
Mhm.
and here they're like, okay, I didn't even figure this out. I mean, we hear that a lot. At least I do. I hear that a lot. A lot of women like, well, if I known this, I would have did this.
Right.
So I agree with you. Prayer, absolutely. I'm all
Mm.
that was always a given. So that was the first thing, absolutely. But also too, research is
That's right.
necessary because a lot of women, and also too, women, we as women are so worried about the next person
Mm.
and not paying attention to ourselves. And
Yes.
and the highway is moving this way and this way, instead of just staying in the course and staying focused on what you're supposed to be focusing on, they're worried
Mhm.
about the outside.
Mhm.
Minding
And
your
that
mental.
is, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that a lot of times people think that just because she's doing it, that you can't do it too.
Ooh, say it again. Say it
Mhm.
one more time. Come on now.
Just because you see somebody else doing it doesn't mean that you can't do it too.
That's
I mean, when
right.
you
Right.
look in the corner, CVS is across the street from Walgreens and they sell the same exact products.
That's right.
So
Exactly.
there's
That's
no
right.
reason that just because you might have been inspired from what you saw someone else do,
Mhm.
don't copy it, make it yours.
Right.
That's right.
You
I
know what I mean?
agree.
So yeah, but I mean, again, I think that if you spend that time praying on it, you'll,
Mhm.
Mhm.
you'll make the necessary moves.
I
That's
agree. And I think it's also too your tribe. It's got to be you have to have that tribe right there with you as
Mhm.
you're moving. That's the right tribe. Let's
Right.
say let me say this, the right tribe. Because so many times we as women are creatures of feelings and emotions and we're thinking everybody. Let me speak for myself. That was me at one time thinking everybody, one, come all, they'll all
Mhm.
be for me. And then
Mhm.
that's not the case. And
Right.
then my world was shaken and I'm like, I had to step back for a moment, which took me a moment. It took me by surprise. And let me be honest, especially at this day and age, my day and age, thinking, oh, I got it. And I was letting, like I said, I was trying to feed everybody at my table. And one day my mentor came back. One mentor that I follow, that he said to me, you can't serve everybody. So what you
Mhm.
need to do is you build the table and then you create the chair that they should sit at. And
All
no,
right.
only 5 chairs can sit at that table. So you need to pick and choose who those 5 are.
That's right. That's
Absolutely.
true.
And because and when he said that, I was like, oh yeah, you're right. And it shook me for a moment, but he was right. Don't get me
Mhm.
wrong, because I'm
Mhm.
emotion of everybody can come and everybody will be supportive and everybody, when that's not true. So note that we all face the obstacles, because a lot of women they see us doing the work and we're successful, as you both are, but not knowing what you have gone through and what you're going
Mm.
through, because we all are facing those obstacles. We make it look as so easy. We're just like, okay, and we move
Mhm.
on
Right.
without a beat, without a step. But ladies, as I talk about those obstacles that we face, I'm gonna tell you my obstacle was faced, as I said, it was come one, come all, but it was also the fear of being by myself first. And I had to learn to be okay with me, then I could build the table. See, I still couldn't
Mhm.
even build the table yet. I had to be okay with me. So as
Right.
we talk about the obstacles that is faced on this journey that I'm on, what obstacles did you both face?
Mhm.
Well, let me start by saying people look at your glory, but they don't know your story.
Mm,
And what I mean by that is I've been in the entrepreneur business for over 35 years, but it looks easy to everyone now, but they don't know my journey from the beginning up until now.
right.
So, it's going to be a struggle in health and wellness. Like Shawnta said, you have to do your research. So me making products, I just didn't automatically just start making things. I had to do research to know what products mix with what essential oils go with the carrier oils, and just a lot of learning to reach your ultimate goal. So, there was ups and downs and roller coasters and in and out and making money and losing money. I mean, it's a whole story behind what brought me through where I am, today. So definitely the hurdles that you're going to cross, we all are going to cross them. We all going through the journey, and there's going to be light at the end of the tunnel, but we got to go through the tunnel in order to get to the end. So research, prayer, is going to help you along the way. So don't get discouraged because you see sister girl over here doing her thing and everything's working good for her. Don't think that it can't happen for you, but you have to realize that you have to do your work.
Absolutely.
Dante, what do you have?
So, I mean, it's right in line with what Miss Debbie's saying. For me, I believe in growing through what you go through.
Ooh,
So, life
Mhm.
is going to continue to happen, and I really don't care what plans you make. You know what I mean? Life
yes,
is going to happen. You're going to get roadblocks. You're going to get obstacles, and you have to
Mhm.
you have to stay the course, and you have to remind yourself why you started in the first place.
Right.
I initially set out, my self-care journey was me doing my nails, and I still have a nail business, but
Mhm.
I was people pleasing with that
Mhm.
business. And so it wasn't serving me. I got bored. And even though I love to do it and I love the product, I was bored. And so it no longer was self-care for me. It was a job. And so I had to get through that and then realize I have something more to offer. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like,
yes,
I wanted to create something for myself, and I could never create something for myself working for someone else. So I had to create my own lane because I have to go to 15 different companies to gather all of my self care things. Why can't I be the company that has all 15 things?
that's right.
And
Mhm.
so I created my own lane. But as I go through things, I stay the course. Like, I remember my goal is to open a physical storefront self-care club and
Mhm.
have, different programs, just a literal one-stop shop. You know what I mean?
Yes, I
And
do.
Mhm.
being able to do that and reminding myself, I got to put myself first. I got to teach other people how to put themselves first.
Mhm.
That allows me to stay the course, and it allows me to get through my failures. I have tons of product here that does not move.
Mhm. I know the feeling.
We'll give this
Right.
away. You know what I mean? It's like, we'll give
Yes.
this away and we'll start over.
Right.
Just keep
Mhm.
reinventing yourself. But again, you keep your eye on the goal. So, I
Right.
mean, as long as you start with a smart plan, a smart goal, then
Yes.
it makes it makes, getting over the hurdles a lot easier, because it doesn't matter. You have your eye on the prize and you just keep
Absolutely.
Mhm.
so.
I love it. Thank you. Ladies,
Mhm.
you guys are amazing. I mean, you guys are dropping nuggets. We have people, women are coming, they're like people pleasing and whoo. Nicole said that part right there. And then we had Irene says, educate yourself and your clients. This
Yes.
and you ladies are dropping nuggets, and I hope my paper is filling up. I don't, oh, you can't see it. Sorry. My notes is filling up. So I'm hoping you ladies are grabbing these gold nuggets as these two ladies are dropping it left and right. Ladies, I want to change it a little, shift the show a little bit. And I want to know, so what is both of your what's next? Shawnta, what
Ooh.
about what's your what's next?
Um, for me, I think I just want to continue expanding. I want to grow my life coaching business. I recently was certified as a life coach. So for me, just kind of getting the word out there and growing that even more, and still tying that into my self-care club. So just taking on more clients, getting my group sessions started, and yeah,
I love
just
it.
building on the brand.
That's good. I love it. I love it. What about you, Miss Debbie? What's your what's next?
Well, my business really is my ministry. So, health and wellness is what I do. So, I just want to continue to minister and teach the importance of health and wellness and what you need to do, for your body inside and out, and to help those that are on all of this pharmaceutical medication to
Mhm.
be able to eventually wean off of it and go strictly holistic. That's what I want to do.
I love it. And so, ladies, before I announce all, we had a lot in the team. Those of you who don't know, as we are part of this amazing team that we're on. And so, one thing I'm always encouraging all the ladies to drop what's their win for the week. And so I'm going to read some of the wins for the week in our team. And then, ladies, I'm going to skip yours. But so some of the wins that we have in our amazing group is, let me go here. We have Miss Debbie. So Miss Nicole is, my win is to make 500 candles by Friday morning.
Ooh.
Ooh, I know, right? Okay, Miss Nicole,
Okay.
we got you, girl. We got you. I love it. Arena says my win is to have a successful events this weekend. She has 3 this weekend, which is
Ooh.
one of them is ours.
Okay.
Then I have Carissa, I believe it says, my win is to get organized this weekend and keep positive vibes, give positive vibes, and lots of self care. So we have a self care queen here. If you guys
Mhm.
need it, Miss Shantae's here. She can help you get you right. Miss Gladys, I
Yes.
finally got my new inventory in and working hard to get it all up to date it should be on my website and ready for the weekend event, and got my logo finally finished.
Oh, good.
You ladies are rocking it. I promise you. We won't read that one. We won't read that one. Miss Dottie says new inventory and signed brew contracts for big event in June.
Ooh.
Woohoo! Johnette says, my win is that I got all my marketing in time for this event, and the feedback I received for this week from IKEA. If you guys don't know, she was cooking out at IKEA and she did some amazing work. And
Oh, good.
IKEA talked about how wonderful she had done. So that is, I would love to see, let's see here. Nicole's win for the week is to get ready for my conference in August. I can't wait. I heard it's going to be, I know it's going to be amazing. Tammy talked about her win is I've completed some bookings. You go, girl.
Mhm.
That is awesome. And so, ladies, as they keep coming, I love to hear your wins. Ladies, keep dropping them out here. We love celebrating. So, with that, I read you both of your wins, and I think you guys are doing some amazing work. But I want you guys to tell the audience, what is your win for this week? Shawnta, you go first.
For me, my win this week was successfully fulfilling all of my online orders from an online event that I did last weekend, in addition to getting my inventory ready for this weekend. So that's, all while working a full-time job, of course. So I'm proud of myself because I'm typically the one up until about 4 a.m, day of the event, and I'm gonna get a good night's sleep. I told myself that. So that's my win.
That's awesome. That is so awesome. Miss Debbie, what is
Yes.
your win for this week?
Well, I have 2 events this weekend myself. I have one Friday and Saturday. So my win is to make sure that I have enough products for both events. My Fruit of the Spirit products are going to be for Friday. And then I have my medicinal products that are going to be for Saturday. So
Ooh.
I've been in the mixing room, mixing up, the eczema cream and the CBD pain cream and all of the products that's going to be at both events.
Well, you ladies are doing it. As we are getting ready to close down our amazing show together, what would you guys like to leave our listeners with as we close down our part of our show?
I would just say, remember that self-care is not selfish. It is a necessity. It is not optional, and you have no reason to feel guilty for it. It is no different than when you board a plane and they go over the rules and they tell you, if the plane is going down, put the mask on yourself first before you try to help anyone else. So
That's good.
That's
keep
good.
the cup full.
That's
So
good.
that way, everything, like I always say, everything that goes in the cup is for you. What pours out the cup is for everybody else.
All right.
All right, now. Okay.
That's good.
I don't know how to follow behind that, but okay. Okay, what about you, Miss Debbie?
That's good.
I know that's exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say, and it's very, very important, before we as women or anybody decide to do anything, prayer comes first. Definitely pray before you move.
So true. Well, ladies, I so appreciate you and I so thankful for you both coming on the show. This was fun. I want to tell
Yeah.
Tasha, girl, you put on an amazing event as you have some amazing vendors that will be with us all this Saturday. So I am personally inviting you all on here who is watching us, following us to join us this Saturday. And I'll get the flyer because I don't have the address. But I definitely will want to invite you all so you can meet these ladies in person. You can see their products, you can touch them and know how it can work for you and how you can go after your what's next with
Yes.
ease. But knowing that you're going to have that, you're going to face those bumps of what ifs and I can't. But now you know how you have an amazing tribe that can support you and get you over to that hub of my what's next. So, ladies, I love to thank you again for joining me. I cannot wait for our time this Saturday. And
Thanks for having us.
I know, right? Right.
Yes.
Well,
We ready.
I
Our
know,
ratings ready.
I know that's right. Well, ladies, thank you so much. And I can't wait to see you this Saturday.
All right.
Bye, ladies.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay, everybody, did you get your nuggets? This was amazing. We talked about everything from their what ifs and I can'ts they face. They talked about, prayer is so essential on how you can go after your what's next. Or even talked about research, to do the research marketing. And then also talking about down to the point of even we talked about doing getting to know you first and stop worrying about the next person. We as women are always focused on, and this is why I have created this amazing platform, to knowing that you is for you, no matter what. Even Shawnta talked about their CVS across the street from Walgreens. And guess what? They're still going. So that means that you may have the same product as we all, but your services are different. So don't let that deter you or take you or derail you from your what's next. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on another amazing woman. She's going to rock the house as the other two did. But I want you all to know today's show is all sponsored by Vision Made Magazine. We believe in Vision Made Magazine can support you, your what if, your what's next, and helping you to face your buts and what ifs. But it's also done to support you and get you to your amazing life that you want to live. If you're interested in gaining a copy of Vision Made Magazine, I will drop the link where you can gain you a copy of Vision Made Magazine. It will be also sold at the event this weekend. So without further ado, let me bring on our next guest. Hey lady, how you doing?
Hi, Pamela.
How you doing today?
Good. Thank you for asking. How are you?
You know what? I am so good. I cannot even complain. This has been a show. I don't know if you've been catching it, but this has been an amazing show. So first of all, okay, tell me, how do I pronounce your name? I've said it all, and funny enough, Brooke was like, no, Pam. I go, okay, I'm gonna just ask her. So how do you pronounce your name?
Okay. It's Fabrizia.
Ifabrizzia. Okay. So tell us a little bit about what you do.
Yes. So my name is Fabrizia, and I am an email marketing strategist for life coaches, and I focus on finding purposeful coaches who actually need help with finding their personal voice, their personal brand voice, and who want to be their authentic self, standing up with their personality, and services that help other people.
I love that. And it's so needed because we have a lot. I don't know if you caught our right. She said, Shawnta said, oh, she is my new best friend. Exactly. We have a lot of small business owners that are coming into business, but they're missing some pieces to their business to make it more effective and efficiently. And email marketing is one of those. Let's be honest,
Yes.
especially for those of us that is not so fluent in writing. If someone
Mhm.
is sitting there and like, oh, I need her services, do you have qualifications? Do you take all business owners or do you take some? And if so, who are they that you take?
Yes, I focus mainly on life coaches just simply because I have experienced myself. Self development, personal development is so important in your life, and it can really enhance your abilities, your thinking, your confidence. So, yeah, I want to say those groups of coaches are my favorites.
Well, from one coach to another, I think that's awesome. But I'm being biased. I'm with Shawnta. That yeah, I'll be really. You're my best friend now. I so agree with you. I so agree. But let me ask you this: how did you even get into doing what you're doing? What made you get into this area?
Yeah, well, let me explain. Well, it started me being in the corporate world, and then COVID hit, as we all know. And so I was one of the people who was laid off, and I really started thinking I have to change my life in a direction where I can be more independent. I don't have to depend on, my 9 to 5. And I found web design development. So this is how it all started. I was really thinking hard, what am I good at?
Mhm.
And one of the things was definitely I love tech. I love technology, devices, putting things together. That's something that I do all the time. And I am very creative, I want to say, because I love to paint. I used to love all the arts and crafts things, and I just combined it and came across web design development. So that's something that lit me up, and I love the changes in technology and so on. And I started my own agency around that time, around 2021. Um, and I started having clients who are coaches mainly. And I saw the need for email marketing. So that's where I kind of tapped in my feet. And I realized that it has so much to do with helping individuals, coaches, business owners who are trying to connect with people on a deeper level. And personally, I love getting to understand people. You can call it psychology, you can call it, empathy, things like that. I just got intrigued to develop and crave out like the messaging and connect with people that want to understand, love content, want to grow and yeah, grow the business. So email marketing was something that was right away connected with. And ever since then, I made this my high-end service. And yeah, I'm now specialized in that service. So
I love it. So let's go step back for a little bit.
yeah.
And what I really love is we have women around the world, as I said before, that are sitting at their desk and they're like, man, what can I do? And how can I even get to my what's next? And one thing I really liked about is you sat down and you really thought about everything that you're good at. So
Yeah.
how did you even come up with did you come up with the list? Did you ask people? How did you even come up with all that you're good at?
Good question. I guess I just made it simple. I just really started to just ask myself, what do I like? And it's very hard to ask yourself questions like that because you get easily overwhelmed with different thoughts, like what brings actual money and what is possible, or no, you talk yourself out of everything. So I just went, I guess, with my children's brain, try to understand, like think like a child, It doesn't
Mm.
think all of that complications. So I just asked myself, what do I like? And those are the things I liked on a daily basis. So I started to research different traits and came up with web design development. So I think it's possible if you just keep it simple.
I like the part. No, what I really liked is think like a child because you're right. Think like because we overthink things. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That's we're humans and as we overthink things. But I like the concept and I like what you said to think like a child, which then makes it so much easier. Like, okay, I can do. It makes it
Mhm.
easier to do. One other thing that I liked is what I like to talk about is you had talked about being laid off in the corporate world. And so many times we hear or see women that are not expecting or it threw them for the loop. And so with that being said, and women are just like, okay, that may be me. And now I don't know what to do. So what
Yes.
would you tell a woman that are sitting asking that question?
Yes. I understand them and I feel for them. So I'm sure I'm not the only one even today. So I would suggest, use the internet for your own advantage. That's
Mhm.
how I did it. Um, we have to realize like the times we're living in is becoming more digital than ever.
Mhm.
And instead of trying to find resources on like, in libraries or markets, in the grocery stores, talking to people, I just forced myself, let me use the internet. I know it's possible. I see so many people using their laptops here and there. So I know it's possible. So I started Googling what I wanted to what I wanted to find, trades,
Yeah.
working from home opportunities, and then research.
And I think that's important because again, may women not be laid off. There are some women are like, what do I do? And or they may feel like they're stuck. And knowing that there's other opportunities or other ways they can get unstuck. And that is a perfect way. Do some research and get to know you. I think
Yeah.
that's the most important thing is to get to know you and knowing, and I love I'm still back at, even we just had think like a child is just so perfect for me. I think that it's making it so easy so that you'll know what your what's next is. And also too, when you're thinking like a child, it also allows you to sit back and say, how do I want to live my best life? I want everyone to know that you don't have, if this is not the life that you want to live, you have and you can live that life that you want to live. And what perfect way is to sit down and get to know yourself. And I think that's so important.
Mhm.
If someone wanted to get to know or find, or how they can find you, what would be one, how could they find you on, in what ways can they find you?
If somebody wants to connect with me, I'm on Instagram. I post sometimes Instagram lives. I'm on Facebook. I have my own website called clfa.com.
Okay.
That's my company name. CLFA stands for Heaven Made by Fabi, which is my nickname in French. So
Love it. Okay. I love it. I love it. And so I think that is so important. One question that I asked the ladies that was before us, I always talked about if there was one thing that you could leave the ladies with, or what one tip, excuse me, what is one tip you would like to leave the ladies with that they can implement now? What is something that they could do right now?
yes. There's so much, by the way, but one thing, let me say it, would be to be kind to yourself and to people, and think positive. Okay, those were 3 things, but
It's okay.
kindness and positivity, I think, is something that is very, very important, especially in these times, to not give up and just, have positive thoughts that you can change your life, as you mentioned before.
I like that. That is so true. We
Yeah.
do need to be more gentle to ourselves. We're so hard.
Yeah.
I'm very hard on myself, so I know I'm not the only one in the world that is hard on themselves. So I like that, and I love where you said to be kind. That is so true. To be kind to ourselves, I do love that. So let's change a little bit and let's do a little shift. So
Mhm.
at one part of the show, I'm always loving, and I didn't get to ask the other amazing ladies, is book on the shelf. So if you are reading a book, or what book would you like to, book could you suggest to our followers and listeners right now?
Right now,
Yeah.
touching on the suggestion I made, be kind. I read the book from Brene Brown, which is called Atlas of the Heart. So Atlas of the Heart was a very great book I read, because it gives you insight into our different types of emotions we feel, and actually be able to describe them and not be overwhelmed with our emotions. And surprisingly, she came up with 100 definitions of emotions that we
Wow.
have no idea. She mentioned, usually when we think about emotions, we think about happy, sad, angry. That's all we can really say
Yes.
in a second, but it's so many more. It's like hundreds of emotions, and she describes them, and it makes you understand that what I feel is okay. It's not bad. It's just a sign of myself and my thoughts. So it was great. It was a great book. I suggest.
Wow. I love. I love it. I love it. I love it. I am reading. Self-care for Black women, 150 ways to radical accept and prioritize your mind, body, and soul book. I like this. Okay, I'm gonna have to write that down. Thank you, Shawnta. I see you, girl. I see you in the background and see you in the green room. I definitely will get that. One book I am reading is Power by Rhonda. I'll have to put down her last name. But she talked about the power of what you put out in the universe is what you will receive in the universe. So you may be thinking that you're positive, but it feels that you're doing it feels the negative energy. So it's still, you're not being true to yourself. You're not being true to the energy itself. So power has come to made me to be mindful, be intentional. And so I really love that book. I'm reading that. I'm reading 3 of them. It's just because of my mind. And so that is really the one. Power is really good that it's sticking out right now. So I really love that. And so then not only do we talk the book on the shelf, but as the world is moving and we're all doing so much, what is a self-care routine that you do for yourself?
Yes. So my main self-care routine is to go to church. I am a Christian, and I go to church on a regular basis in a week. And it really helps me focus on what really matters in our lives, which is, in my opinion, the afterworld. Everything we have is temporary either way. So taking care of your soul and being connected to God who created us, our soul. It just helps so much to balance out your life and your stress and your worries and everything.
I so agree with you. It does. And we need it. We even talked about it in the, with the prior segment. The
Yeah.
ladies spoke about prayer and then being connected to God and how we are grateful and what he has done for us. So absolutely. Thank you, Shawnta, for putting in Power, who was the author of Power. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that Power is good. And actually let me go back, and I need to confess, because someone just like, so you're reading all these books? No, ladies, I don't read all these books. I do Audible. I have to do Audible. Because it allows me to get in my reading requirement, as I do all the time, have set my goal to read. So that's the way I get my reading requirement in, which I set for myself, is by listening to Audible books. But thank you, Shawnta, for dropping that in there. And then, Audible's Audible is it. I have 70, I think I'm up to 70 or 80 books now in my Audible. And have I listened to them all? Almost, maybe 5 or 10, but Audible is my baby, and that's my thing. That's my thing. And so with that being said, as we talk about self-care, which is so important, one thing I always love to do, as you heard me giving out, I love celebrating. I love celebrating and the reason why is, I love celebrating because we as women forget to celebrate ourselves. We're always celebrating everybody else. We're always cheerleading everybody else on, but we don't cheerlead and celebrate ourselves. So with that being said, what is your win for this week?
Oh, okay. Honestly, Pam, like this is my win for this week, because I think, took me a lot to just get in a mindset of doing this. This is my first podcast ever. Definitely. Yeah. I'm really happy that I'm a guest in your show.
Oh yeah, this was so fun. And it was not bad at all, was it? It was really,
No.
time has gone by fast. To me. And I guess because I love what I do, and I bring on some amazing women that is just so great. And Shawnta even said, you're doing great. Absolutely. It's all about having fun. And that's what I love. And I want everyone to know that, we're all authentic women. I always bring on the authentic women that everyone we can relate to. And knowing that we all have faced we all face obstacles. It's just how we get through it. So I like that you share that. As we talk about, well, let me tell you my win for this week. I'm proudly to announce that Vision Made will be having a woman empowerment a conference here in Columbus, Ohio on August the 6th. So I'm super excited about that. We're really working on it as we speak, but yeah, I'm super excited about it, and having amazing guests coming in, and we're going to have some fun, and we're going to sit down and just have some girl time. So I can't wait. I will be bringing on, let you guys know who the guests will be, and maybe get to even bring in, you guys can ask them some questions, but I'm super excited about that. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Tammy. So that is my win for this week. Not only that we talk about the win for the week, we always talk about our what's next. And everyone's always like, well, why do you always ask people? Thank you, Tasha. Why do I always ask what's their what's next? I want women around the world to know that this is not our only thing. We're not stopping here, that we're going after the big one. And the big one is whatever it is. So with that being said, what is your what's next?
I want to say what's next is that I want to grow and expand my agency, and being able to help others through hiring them. So that's something I'm already projecting and planning on in the future, to not do it all by myself and not be always overwhelmed, but actually getting help. And so that's my what's next. And I'm going to plan this out and look for people who are like-minded and positive, and talented.
I love that. And it's so important that we, one thing I love and that I wrote down that you have talked about and what you just said, that you're not going to do it by yourself. And women that are in the business, they don't understand that you can't do this by ourselves. If we're trying to make, if our ultimate goal is to make a corporation, we can't do it. A company, corporation, we can't do it by ourselves. It gets overwhelming. So
Right.
kudos to you for even recognizing that you're going to not do it by yourself.
Yes.
And it is like Shawnta said, but it's so necessary. It is hard, but we have to do it in order to get to what's next. So kudos to you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I have to say my vision made, not mine, but vision made what's next is continue to expand the media portion of the business. As I love to do the talk show and keep expanding the talk show, I don't know, to the next level.
Mhm.
Moving it from one platform and moving it onto a bigger platform, TV, cable, who knows from there, but knowing that it's moving and I see it moving to a bigger than I can see it in front of me. So that's my what's next is to continue to doing. I like that Shawnta talked about creating a safe space and giving and receiving support. I want to continue that, but do it on a bigger platform. So absolutely. Vision Made event. Yes. In Columbus, Ohio. Hope to see you guys there. I can't wait. I will drop how everyone can get tickets. We're doing some amazing things. Oh, and let me tell you guys, we even have VIP day. I'm excited. We'll get to do some networking the night before. But yes, you will continuously hear it, and I will be definitely talking more about it. As we're getting ready to end our show, what would you like to leave the ladies with?
Ladies out there, I want to leave you with it's possible. Everything is possible. I hear listen to your show a lot, Pam. I have listened to a couple other episodes, but it's always possible if you keep pushing forward. Solutions are there. Where's a problem, there's a solution. So when you push yourself and keep going, everything will fold out and fold. Just like you, Pam, like you want to go in a bigger screen now. You started it someday, you decided to do this, and now so many possibilities are opening up. Going through the hurdles, but just keep going. I think that's important.
So true. I want to thank you. Look, this was fun. I mean, our time has gone by so fast. I want to thank you for joining me. And this was a pleasure. And I hope that you and the other ladies will come back and join me. And we can talk about look where we are and look what we're doing. I think that is so important for women to know that we will stay in front of them. That is my other goal, is to know that we as women will lock arms together and we're going to conquer. I won't say the word I was going to say. We're going to conquer this, and knowing that we is going to stand arm in arm and we're going to go after our what's next and support each other. I think that is so important because we forget about the support. And I want everyone to know we have a tribe. And if anyone needs or connect to any of these women, they have rocked it. I don't know about you, but my plate has been full. My soul has been complete, and you guys have dropped some nuggets. So I want to thank you all. I want to thank you for even coming, and this has been great. And I can't wait to see your agency. I'm going to check with you in a couple months and see how your agency is going. And if you need anything, know that you have a tribe here to support you.
Thank you, Pam. Thank you for having me today.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put you in a green room, and I'll be right back. You guys, did you get your nuggets? Did you get filled? I was filled. This was amazing. Every show has been amazing. And I want to thank you all for taking the time and stopping by. Again, know that you only have one life to live, and live it to the fullest. We talked about prayer. We talked about market research. We talked about support. We talked about so much, but knowing that we're going to go after our what's next, no matter what. We all face those obstacles. We've all faced the what ifs and I can'ts, and better yet, right? But is sitting on the corner, but knowing that but will not stop us, right? So if you're looking for support, if you're needing support, we even had an amazing self-care coach. We all need self-care. I need self-care. If you're needing to connect to them, drop it in the feed and I'll let you know how you can go and connect to her for her self-care, because this was just so amazing. And my ask for you is, if you feel that tonight's show could be beneficial to anybody, please refer them back to us. And if you are wanting to leave a comment, go out into the larger platforms, give your comment, because the more comments that is seen, the more that Envision Me talk show will climb the ladder and get more notability and climb the charts. I'm going to say something else. Climb the charts. I was going to say climb the ladder. Climb the charts. But I want you all to know I appreciate you. I thank you. And until next week, I want to let you know that you are all amazing. Until next week, you guys, if you need anything, know that we're here and that we're here for you and we'll support you. Until next week, you guys. Bye. Oops.